Okay, here's the second video in my backyard. Oh man, I love these trees. Now, because I am a spiritual advisor, spiritual guide, different things, whatever title, kind of doesn't matter. Nonetheless, all of that, there are a lot of different things that happen in the spiritual realm. And someone just asked me this question. And they want to know, if they signed a contract, can the contract be broken? Like a spiritual contract. Yes, you can break a contract. Can I break the contract? Yes, I can. Is it going to cost you? Yes, it is. Stop signing contracts, okay? Stop selling your soul for what you think is going to be beneficial. And then later on, you come back and to find out that, oh man, that sucked. I am in a perpetual cycle. I had this thing for a moment and it was great. And now I want to get out of it. All right? So that can be done. The second part of what they were asking is that they think the contract or one part of a contract that they sign puts them in a perpetual cycle, right? And this cycle is one of making their life difficult with every decision that they make. That's the question, okay? This can happen. I have been informed of people recently who are doing things to work with spirits, like participating in what they consider some type of demonic practice, calling on different spirits and saying, hey, I'm willing to sign this contract in order for me to get X, Y, and Z, right? So then they say that in whatever way they do it. Some is a blood oath, some is a libation oath, some is a verbal oath, some is a you have to move to a certain area or you have to do something sexual. Different ways that it's happening, but they do it. And then for a moment, things are going great. Things are looking good. They're like, oh my God, oh my goodness, right? They're excited. And then what happens is you always have to pay the piper, right? So you always have to go back and pay for whatever it is that you obtained. And most of the time, the payment that you give does not equal to what you gained, because most of them are finding out that they don't have what they thought. The money they got the money, but the money left. The relationship they got is toxic. All things like that. So my thing is that there's a lot right now with the way the world has shifted and the understanding of spiritual things being a reality, and the fact that you can call things into your life and gain things through interacting with what was once thought to be false gods, false demons, false angels, whatever title you want to give it. And most people are just doing this, not having been initiated into whatever practice they're using, and having consequences that they are not ready for. It would be nice if the 200, 300 people who watch these videos would stop. And I'm hoping that you would listen to what I'm saying to you. You can gain things in a different manner without going and making this soul tie, this soul contract, not just to a physical person, but to an entity of spirit, and without having to deal with those consequences. Yes, sometimes you have to wait longer for some things, and some things you are not meant to have. But do understand that if you go down this other route and you make these contracts and you make these commitments, these agreements, and you do the things to be initiated on one level, you're not initiated completely because you haven't done all the studying. You don't even know how to fight. And that's another thing I was told. Somebody said to me, they said, I don't even know how to fight. Of course you don't, because you haven't even learned the basic principles. For you guys, stop. Just calm down, take a breath. Your life is not that bad. And what you think you want may not be what you really need. Okay? And a lot of times, it's not really what you want. Some of you want to have safety. It's not that you want that money. You just want to not worry about paying your rent, right? You might want a job or a business that pays you enough to where you're not concerned about being evicted. Some of you want that relationship when in reality, you just want to be loved, you want to be hugged. Sometimes you need to start within and get that feeling from yourself, that love from yourself, heal the old wounds, and figure out why it is you've attracted people who didn't love you. What was it, right? So then when you attract someone, you can attract a person who truly loves you. All that's a simple thing in my mind. Not so simple when you're in the middle of the process. But as a person who's been in this spiritual realm, this spiritual world for all my life now, you got to be careful. And I tell people when they come to me, I don't do things like I'm not finna put you together in a relationship. Why? Because it never works out. Never works out. I have not seen one person end up in a harmonious situation after gaining a person that they wanted. I can help you break these soul ties, break these curses that you've put on your life, and hope that you don't go back and pick up a new one. All right? Because I'm not in the business of making clients have to continuously use my services. I'm in the business of educating because the earth, Gaia, requires all of these different things that we're doing, these spiritual things that we're doing that's impacting Gaia, and this energy that we're putting into her, this heavy energy that's weighing her down, that's all these shifts are happening in our earth and our ground because of all this other stuff that we're doing. And it's this extra demonic energy that's walking the earth. We need to stop that. My purpose of what I do is to try to educate and help you guys so that Gaia, which is my beautiful oasis and yours too, thrives and is able to sustain us, because we all live from Gaia. We all live from these resources. Okay, so if we're doing all the spiritual stuff, we're bringing that into the physical, and we're seeing the repercussions of it. All right. Might make sense to some of you, might not make sense to some of you, but for the ones who were meant to get it, you'll get it. Have a great one. I think I need to get out here and do something in this yard, but I can't because I have something else to do. I'm hoping I can get to it. All right, bye.